entertainment, current events, and Hollywood. Don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha Bean, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators today. Today, we have a special guest.
Tracy Marcelino of Witch Cabin.
Welcome. I love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning charts our trajectory in life, our little habits we pick up along the way, follow us into our adulthood. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like? And how did you find your way into music?
It started early and it was kind of a secret. I didn't tell anyone that I sang, which seems funny to me now, but I was like a San Francisco latchkey kid and I just spent a lot of time home alone. And I kind of just started singing and then buying records. I used to go up to Haight Street and like buy used records. I got really into used like vintage reggae was probably the first thing I started buying.
Nice.
Yeah. Like when I was like 10. Obsessively listening to Prince, etc.
Absolutely. I love Prince. Prince is like one of those artists that, he just left such a blueprint. I don't know. He just I always say there's like, artists that just kind of somehow got to that level of, that God level. It's like, how did they get there? What are they doing?
And so, like Purple Rain, I mean, he was like early 20s. Crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Crazy. But so, first of all, they sent me the song. I really enjoyed it. I love the title. I love what, the song's about. Tell me a little bit about the process of making, the song and the title of it too. I love the title. I think the title is very, very powerful.
Oh, cool. Well, how do I? It started. This song in particular came after a sort of heartbreaking lesson, we'll call it, where I started to I started to see kind of what people are like now as far as how they relate to each other and kind of how afraid people are and how much like distance and detachment is like sort of the prize right now. And experiencing that firsthand in a way that kind of opened my mind to it. That song came out of that experience, but then I started to look around me. Full disclosure, I was in a very long relationship, so I came out into the world like a newborn baby, like what is happening? What is everybody doing? And now, a year later, I'm not as surprised, but I was, and that song sort of is about that.
Yeah.
And then it became about what the record was about, because it keeps showing up in different ways and, not just romantic relationships, but the way people relate in general. So it became sort of a theme of the record.
I love that. Yeah. Wasn't it funny how heartbreak somehow just makes us more creative?
Yeah. Thanks everyone for the record. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all.
Right. I love that. But I was going to ask you, the name Witch Cabin is very, mysterious. Can you tell me the story behind, I don't know, about it and how that came
Witch
about?
Cabin. So I have a cabin in the woods that I started writing music again, and the cabin is black, and I am not a witch, but at all. I almost like did tons of bright colors and stuff for all the promo because I was like, I'm not a goth. I love goths, but I am not goth. But the cabin looks like a witch cabin. It's a black cabin in the woods, and it became where I was born again as a musician. And this time, after a 10-year break, and this time was pretty sure I wanted to produce myself. So I
Yeah.
started there doing that, and that was about a year and a half ago uh,
Wow.
that I rediscovered and also feel more solid than ever that I need to be doing music. I took a break
Yeah.
and it called me back.
I
It's
love
like,
that.
yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, you're so talented, and I'm glad that you came back to, that it called you back. I feel like, and I'm curious too. Do you feel like you're in your purpose? You found your purpose?
Yeah, and I've been doing music for a long time and I always felt like it was my purpose, but I started out in San Francisco where it was so everyone just does art. You like
Yeah.
you throw a fashion show out of stuff you made in your living room and everybody comes because it's a thing. Everything's a thing. And it wasn't about record labels. It wasn't about any of that. In fact, I got offered a possible record deal when I was like 21 and I didn't know what it was and kind of
Yeah.
thwarted it by accident, like, oh, now I'm doing this music with this person instead. Like I just didn't know. And then coming to LA, it was so the biz, the biz, the biz, and it kind of
Yeah.
threw me and I had to take a break from it. We were, it was going pretty well, but it was so much of an up and down and I was so diehard, like I'm not going to do anything but this. And I realized like I have to kick ass at something. And right now it's like we keep having these stop starts, like we were in the
Yeah.
Red Bull Academy and we were going to go, they were going to put us on tour and then our guy got transferred, it kept being something.
Mm,
And so I took a break and I built a food design, well, catering and now experiential food design company with
nice.
my sister. And now I'm looking to go back more into music. But that's what I've been doing all this time, making a person and doing food design.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
So yeah.
Um, yeah, you're Brooklyn born and San Francisco raised. How did
Mhm.
those two cities shape your musical identity um differently?
Well, New York was when I was so little, but I feel very connected to New York now. I go there all the
Yeah.
time. I'd probably live there if I didn't have my son here. He needs to be near his dad, but um, I very much grew up with Brooklyn parents, though. Like Brooklyn parents in California is almost like having foreign parents. When I meet people from
Yeah.
New York and I'm like, did your parents say these certain things that are so cringy? And they're like, yeah. Um, so I grew up with like the Italian Brooklyn dad and my mom, like Jewish mom, Italian dad, very Brooklyn, but very in love with California. So it was an interesting, my mom says water, water.
Water.
Um, so, so the bigger influence on me probably was all that free time
Mm,
being alone in San Francisco, and being really little and running the place. I I just, had a bus tag on one of those plastic lanyard things and I would just go wherever I wanted. And if I lost it, I'd cry my way onto the bus. I'd spend bus money on ho-hos or whatever and then have to cry to
wow.
get my way on the Muni. But yeah, I kind of was able to just run all over the city when I was pretty little. And I think that definitely defined my music and me
I
in a
love that.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Your new single, We Want Connection, received a 10 out of 10 rating at Rock Nation's Mike Madness showcase. What was going through your mind when you heard that reaction?
Well, I got to watch that reaction because it's over Zoom and you submit
Nice.
your songs. And I kind of was like, I got to keep moving forward. I'm home. I'll submit it. I've done it before. I'll just submit it to this thing. You've got to eat your vegetables. You got to like keep submitting. And
Yeah.
especially because it's mostly hip hop artists, I didn't expect it to go over well. It was more just like you got to get your stuff out there.
Yeah.
And then as it started playing, I could kind of see because there's like 100 people on the Zoom and you rate. So it's not just the judges, but it's also people. And they started rating it. And I was like, wait, I'm gonna win this thing. I expected it to be like, nah, because it's not hip hop or I don't know. I had no expectations. And then all of a sudden I
Mm.
was like, wait, what? And Chris Tyson thought I was AI. And I was like, nope, that's a Moog and that's me. Um, so that was it actually was at a time where I was going, what am I doing? Why am I
Mm.
changing up my whole life? I'm working so hard right now. Is this even going to resonate? And that kind of helped me see in real time that it did resonate,
Yeah.
which is
Wow. That's
nice.
awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah, because the song ballad says what club energy with emotional depth. How intentional was that balance when you were writing it?
Uh, when I was writing it, it started from this bass sound. Like I came back from New York, I went to the cabin, I was all in my feelings, and I took out my Ableton Push, and just pulled up a bass sound, and I just did a little video about it because um I was playing this bass sound and my finger kind of spasmed and skipped a little bit, and it created the tail on the end of the little bass line I was playing that I loved. And so the song started from that accident and
Nice.
grew. And then once I heard that bass part and that kind of resonated with how I was feeling of like disappointment and all of that, I thought, well, it needs a counter. It needs something that's hopeful and pretty. And the song kind of became a back and forth between the parts that feel hopeful and the parts that just crash you right back down. And
Yeah.
that synth part that started as an accident has that wow feeling, the wah wah wah. Um, and as far as it being dance adjacent, I've always been in into electronic music. I sort of lost it a little bit when I came to LA,
Mhm.
but I remembered who I was at this cabin. I am a club kid
Yeah.
inside forever. When I first started singing in San Francisco, I was like singing over drum and bass DJs and house DJs
Mhm.
and on white label records and stuff. And that's kind of hip hop stuff. That's kind of where I started. And I used to always work with other people, producers, and I learned a lot along the way, but I wasn't
Mhm.
confident enough to produce myself. And then I just started producing myself because I just felt like I had to write. It wasn't with I'm going to write a record, put it out, get a publicist, do the thing. Like I just
Yeah.
had to do it. And then I started going, oh, I love producing. I don't want any,
Yeah.
I'll collaborate with other people, which I did on this song. I had someone come in and kind of co-produce with me at the end, and she did a lot of cool little ear candy stuff that's happening. But overall,
Nice.
I want to produce, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, because the track, one thing I loved about it too is like the track explores, connection in an age of, dissociation.
But
Like
you can dance to
right,
it.
right.
That's my
Like,
tagline.
I love that. What inspired you to tackle that theme right now? Like just even
We
it's just
want
a time that we're
connection.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like I said, I sort of became exposed to it after a cryogenic freeze, I like to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just I feel sad about it.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm not alone in it. It seems like this is
Yeah.
all anyone can talk about is I'm kind of like I feel like someone would rather pretend you were dead than have
Mm.
a heart-to-heart conversation. They're like, I guess we got to let that one go. We had a little minor conflict and the conversation is clearly them trying to entrap me. Like there's so much fear of basic basic sort of conflict resolution. And that means
Mm.
like, hey, you were supposed to be here 2 hours ago, and now you're
Yeah.
ignoring my texts instead of showing up. I kind of want to talk to
Mm.
you about that. Oh, well, now I'm just going to pretend you're dead. Oh,
I
okay.
see.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's like people are just disposable to each other in a way
Ah,
that
that's true.
that is not good. And
No.
it shocked me. And then even the like, talking about in that song how you sort of watch your erasure through social
Mm,
media,
mm-hmm,
that experience. I have another song about that too, because there's these weird social media sort of performances and
mm,
retaliations and orbiting and all these things that I just had not experienced. And
mm-hmm.
I call it the circle of death, the circle of someone that keeps showing up on your Instagram, and you're like, oh, it's like all these weird, like it's like so ghosty.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very strange time.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, relationships are, it's to me are taboo. I don't understand it. But you know, yeah, it's like
Fair.
there's a push and pull, right, between the
Hmm.
heavy bass line that at least when I was listening to it, and the airy melodies in the song, that I was thinking like the contrast, that contrast, right? It was like, was
Yeah.
that meant to mirror like the emotional high and the lows in a relationship?
I think it couldn't help itself but be that.
But did
Like I
that?
said, it started that baseline just felt like
Yeah,
meh. And I guess I'm always looking for the contrast. Like we
yeah,
can't keep a baseline that heavy and just stay there. There's got to be an
right.
answer. And this one became that hope, high, crash, hope, high, crash. And instead of it being like verse, chorus, bridge, verse, it's a back and forth push pull. It's,
Yeah, I like that.
so the kind of twinkly synths bring you into one place, and then it's like, nope.
Yeah,
Um, so it just kind of unfolded that way, I guess. And in hindsight, I was like, yeah, that's exactly that feeling,
I love
like
that.
being in a wave.
Yeah. And so I take it you're single now.
Yeah, I am, yes.
How do you like the single life?
Um, I, that's a big question. I like or not like, I have
Mm,
definitely experienced more of myself.
that's good.
And I
That's
think
good.
I have a kid who is the best person in the world. Sorry if you
Oh.
have kids, but mine's the best. But I kind of had become, I was married to someone who is is a known musician. And
Got it.
so I kind of, no one put me, I won't say anyone else put me on the back burner. Maybe I did myself.
Hmm.
Um, just sort of like I felt less real being with someone
Mm,
who was real, if that makes sense.
gotcha. Yeah.
I've been in all the rooms as the wife of, and so I think that's one of the things that being single has allowed me to do this in a way
Yeah.
that I just didn't feel like I could.
Mm, wow,
Uh,
that's powerful.
And like I said, I don't want to blame any, like even if it was
Yeah.
just me, when you're kind of around someone who's considered real by everyone,
Hmm.
you start to wonder if you're real.
Wow.
Um, and I am now officially real.
Wow. Wow. Were there, the up and We Want Connection EP explores intimacy in the digital era. Or what emotional questions were you asking yourself while making it?
Oh, it started with what have I done? Have I destroyed
Mm,
everybody's lives, including mine?
yeah.
Followed by why? It's like I processed so much of it
Yeah.
through writing, but it's not a like sad record.
Hmm.
Even that song, and I guess I think about why I like dance music or being able to dance, because I feel like it's okay if we're all going down on the ship, we're gonna dance our way out. Like
I mean, you have to,
I'm
honestly.
always gonna want to have a dance party. So that kind of music moves me. I love a beat. I love a big fat bass. I'm a speaker hugger at heart. And yeah, I don't know where I even got on that tangent, but
I love it. I love it. So I love asking this question, and there's no wrong answer. Um,
Mhm.
but the three levels of influence: money, power, and respect. If you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
Respect.
Nice.
Uh, money's great. I'm not gonna lie. Who doesn't want to have money? Because money just means you're free. That
Right.
money is just freedom, unless you value it so much that you think it makes you valuable. Power doesn't seem to do anyone much good, and I think that right now there's too many. Sorry, guys, I love you all, but there's too many men in power, and
Yeah.
the world looks like it's being run by men. So
Hmm.
I feel like women, obviously, I'm generalizing, but maybe we're a little more able to commune out. And
Yeah.
I feel like if women were in power, power would be a totally different looking thing.
Mm,
I want that
yeah.
power, but I don't want the kind of power that is happening right now or how it gets used.
Yeah. Yeah. That part. It's I don't know if it's going to change. I hope so. Slowly. We're getting there. Slowly. I want to always have a positive outlook on things, but it's just the world we live in is just I just wish we could just have there's like a reset button. That'd be nice,
Hmm.
But I don't
Hmm.
know.
I
um
think it's all body strength. If we came back with like upper body strength, we'd be able to rule the world. Creating humans is apparently not enough to be in power. Being the creator of life is not enough.
oh
Um,
man, that's so
I'm just
good.
kidding. I'm kidding, sort of. But yeah. So
If
yeah. Oh, sorry.
go ahead, tell me. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was thinking, wait, well, there was power, money, or respect. Okay,
Hmm.
just making sure I answered correctly for
I
myself.
love it. I love it. Respect is a good answer. It's a great answer. Yeah, there's I don't think there's any wrong answer. I think there's whatever it means for you at the moment, whatever that
Mm.
means. Um, if we want connection had a visual world or a movie scene, what would it look like?
Ooh, like a movie scene that already exists.
Mm, sure.
It's probably like probably like something from Suspiria.
I love
Like,
that movie. Oh my God.
oh my God,
I
I
could
love
so
it.
see it. I could so see
It's
that.
it's like I guess like I think about those they're witches actually. I didn't even put that
Yeah.
together, but those are like if I was a witch, it'd be kind of like I'd be a weird ballet witch, maybe.
Yes, I could see it. I could totally see that.
So like in Suspiria, minus like killing probably, but pe other people.
Yeah.
Um, but some of the contortion would be nice.
Nice.
But yeah, that sort of dark Berlin, but these women are powerful because they just know. So maybe that.
I love that.
Mhm.
That's so interesting that you said Suspiria. I freaking love that. I stand by that movie. I've literally told um a lot of my friends about that film. It's just visually, it's just beautiful. I
Stunning,
mean, oh my
stunning.
God. Insane.
And and sort of like I grew up like in the Cold War era, there's like
Yeah.
and Russia is so interesting and Berlin and all the like, cold it's so Cold War in the movie. I love that like the dark Iron
Yes.
Curtain vibes.
Oh,
I love Iron
so
Curtain
good.
vibes.
I know, right? That just cinemat. I went for school for cinematography, so when I watched it, I was just like, it was hauntingly beautiful. I was like, I want to make something like that. That is just gorgeous. I don't know what they did and what they shot on, but it was just beautiful,
Yeah, it
beautifully
looks
done.
like a photo. Wait, so you went to film school? Are
I
you,
did.
where'd you go to film school?
Full Sail University.
Nice. Are you going to
Yeah.
make films still?
So yeah, I do make films, and I moved into doing, how they say you have to create your own opportunities in this world. So I got into podcasting about 10 years ago. So I've had a few different podcasts, but this one I've had for 5 years now, or 6 years now. So
Cool.
it's been really cool to meet people like yourself, really cool people like yourself, and connect. And I just like having great conversations, and it's been
Yeah,
really nice.
I bet. I bet.
um, if you could collaborate with any artist, living or dead, who would it be and why?
The first thing that comes to mind is, and I don't even know if this is my true answer if I've really thought about it, but I just say like, Clips, put me on your record. Clips. Or but honestly, Clips. I just love them so much. I'm obsessed with Let God Sort Them Out, and there's not a single female on there anywhere. I have no real hope or even see a place for myself on that list. But I just love them so much. If you ever want a singer besides John
Oh.
Legend, you're welcome.
There you
You can
go.
have me.
You got it. Your mouth to God's ear. Just it's gonna happen. It's gonna
You
happen.
know, let God sort it out. I'm letting God sort it out.
Do you feel like as a artist and as a woman in this entertainment world that things are getting better for artistry, like women and their voices being heard? I mean, I'm sure there's I mean, there's a lot, now we're in the digital age, your social media, TikTok, you can get the numbers and all that stuff. But have you seen a difference? Have you seen any changes?
I guess, there's more women producers. I see a change even in the fact that I'm a little older. I'm not 25 years old, and I think I felt like I was aging out when I was younger, and now I don't,
Mm,
and I'm older. It's like I feel like there's more room now for me than there was then. I think things have changed about the way people see age, the way people, so a lot of good stuff is happening. I
mhm,
still see so far to go. And I think right
mm.
now, and we don't have to go into it, but the whole Me Too DJ movement, that's just starting to
Ah,
happen. And
interesting.
I'm kind of like about time.
Yeah.
Because there's so many festivals that it's like almost all men
Wow.
and then there's a lot of salt that it's all coming out now, and I'm glad. I want things to change, and I think the music industry can sometimes still think it's the 70s. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
sometimes. So there are some changes, and then some stuff is kind of like, really? Or I'll go on, I go on things where like I love Vic Mensa, and Vic Mensa, this is no
Yeah.
your fault. He was doing these song reviews, and I went on to watch kind of some of the song reviews, and I don't think there was a woman in the maybe one or two in the whole like 1,000 people that are on the Zoom, and all the songs
Mm.
submitted, and it's so male. I even wrote, "Is there a female in here?" And he commented on it like, "It's not my fault. Women don't show up, and I'm like, "You're right." But I just also am curious, what is the world that's creating such a male
Mm.
dominated space? Like, what is the Vic Mensa world attracting this? How did we
How
get
did we
here?
get here? Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great
like,
question.
and it's not necessarily him, but it definitely felt like I'm infiltrating a
Mm.
very male world just being here. And I used to be the girl that would go to record shops and go record shopping, and I'd be the only girl. And guys, they were probably flirting with me. I didn't realize it. I just felt stupid, but they would like mansplain music to me every
Oh
time I walked
no.
in, and were probably just glad to see a girl. But I felt like the odd man out, shopping
Yeah.
for records and not knowing, what records were cool, or having an encyclopedic history of every sample, and you'd walk in and it
Yeah.
was like you were there for them to finally bequeath their knowledge upon you. Um, so, it's always been there's always been these very male dominated spaces that I kind of have walked into,
Yeah.
and I still see them. They're cracking open. They're cracking open.
Yeah. 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 That's yeah, cracking open. There's still hope, like
Oh
so
yeah.
thank you for being a part of that change.
I'm gonna hammer it open.
There we
And then
go.
there's also okay, but mostly there's been some really badass women
Oh yeah.
musically that are I mean, I could just do a huge list, so I don't mean to say that there isn't, because there certainly is.
Yeah, yeah, there is. There definitely is. You know, what advice would you give to that young girl or that young boy out there that's trying to get into this wild industry called entertainment?
Well, if you can't not do it, then you're doing the right thing. If you're doing it because you want to try to be famous or you want to try to get attention or like using AI to write a song, what is that even for? Your music is about, or entertainment or whatever it is about expressing yourself. Don't use it for anything else. Like that is what it's for, and that's what's going to give us the art that we need. If you are able to use that type of language, then you can speak to so many people
Yeah,
if you're telling the truth. And at the
yeah.
same time, what I would say to young people is I've met a 22-year-old who's like, I feel like I'm running out of time. And I was like, oh, honey, like you have all the time in the world. Like
Yeah.
there, one other thing I want to break open is that idea of an expiration date on your life.
Mm,
Like you just suddenly stop because why?
yeah.
And what social norms are making you feel like you have to do that because you don't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. Great advice. Great advice. Um, what's next down the pipeline? What do you have coming up next? Would you like to share anything? Anything that you're working on in particular that you like to share with the listeners?
Well, I'm more than anything, this song is the second in what's going to be a whole record by the end of the year. So I already have
Woohoo!
a bunch more songs recorded, and it's just a matter of because Witch Cabin is new,
Hmm.
I've done other stuff, but this thing is completely new. Nobody knows me. So the best way to do it is kind of do a song at a time and let each one
Yeah.
breathe. And then at the end, it'll be a record.
All right.
So there's going to be songs coming out probably once every 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I'm getting my live show together right now with someone who's helping me, an Ableton guy, and then I'm going to be up and running in your town.
And also, where can people find you on social media to follow everything that you have going on?
Everything, follow all the things.
All the things.
Instagram at Witch Cabin Music. And there I have the hyperlink to the rest of the world, also witchcabinmusic.com. Those probably are the best places to start because you can find me from there.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on and talking to you. And thank you for sharing your
Likewise.
journey.
All right. Talk to you
Absolutely.
later.
And until next time, guys, thank you guys for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.